Yummy podcast. I hope everyone is doing good. I've been so busy with my internship. I remember this thing in I guess my second video podcast episode. I spoke about I was so worried that I am not doing anything in life and I don't have a job or an internship or anything. And then few days after recording that video, I got an internship. Like, what I learned from that is you don't need to stress over something, like about something so much in life. Just let go with the flow. Life will happen. Because if I would be sitting there stressing so much about, okay, I don't have an internship, this and that, there was this thing going on in my mind. But as I spoke in that video, when you focus on yourself and you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, everything just works out. It's not that you automatically get something. You are doing something, right? You are making yourself educated, you're putting in the efforts, you're staying fit and everything. So basically you're not just sitting blank, you're actually putting in the efforts to make you a better person. So that's what I did. I used to go for my walks, I started journaling consistently, then having my routines, fixing my diet and everything. And with all that, I'm not saying I was always very consistent while doing it, but I knew if I want to get my life in track, I need to do something to align with the highest version of myself. And eventually I got the internship and I'm so grateful for that. I got that internship with my dad's influence and I'm so grateful to him too. So yeah, and my life has been really hectic after the internship I started. I had never traveled by the local trains and now I have to, because I have to travel quite far for my internship. And I spent almost almost the whole day, almost 12 hours at that institute, and I'm getting to learn so many things and I'm super grateful for that. So yeah, the things which I used to do when I was not doing an internship, going for my daily walks and all that has gone out of place. I need to now fix my routine again so that I can again align with my routine. But actually I walk, I have to walk from the station till my institute, and eventually I complete at least 6 to 8k steps of mine. So I am happy, I am going to work and I am completing my steps too. So yeah, this was a little life update. I will get to the topic of the podcast. So the topic for today's podcast is the importance of valuing yourself. So I recently had a call with one of my friend and she was talking about her relationship and stuff. From that I got this idea about for this topic. It's you need to value yourself in order to show yourself as the best version of yourself to others. It's when this person in front of you or whoever you're having any interaction with, or you're in a relationship with someone or a friendship, when this person knows, okay, this person values herself or himself, that person will never try to mess with you. Because when people think that, okay, she's so insecure, she always needs reassurance, and she doesn't care about herself, and no matter what I tell her or anything, she'll always come to me and she'll always apologize. And but this person knows that you are not that confident in yourself and you do not value yourself, so the person take advantage of you. I have been in the same situation in my previous relationship, and it was crazy. And at that time I was quite young to understand about all these things, but now I do. And now when I do, I realize my value, my worth. I know what I bring to the table. So if anyone is trying to mess with me, I know I'll immediately cut that person off, because you are crossing the line. I have some boundaries, I maintain my worth. I know what I am doing in life. I'm not just any person you just come and just use me and you just go. That's not the case. If I am respecting you, you have to respect me too, because I have that respect for myself. And that's that comes when you value yourself. So it is so like very important to value yourself. It's, and I've seen mostly women, they don't value themselves. I don't know why. And like in case of marriages and stuff, like women become so like overshadowed and like stepped over, like they are like they have to do all the work, and there's no one even like to ask like have they eaten or anything, because she just has to do everything. It's as if it's her some duty. It's not. When women start realizing their value, their worth, they can literally take over the world. I swear to God. Like people have been stepping over women, overshadowing women, and saying that women are weak and everything. That's not true. You do not know how much power a woman holds. She can literally do anything in this world. She's like water. She can take the shape of anything. Like women just fit in. You ask them to do anything, because that's how powerful we are. We can give birth, we can bring life in this world, we can bear so much pain, and even survive after bleeding so much. So as a woman, you should realize that you are so powerful. And how can you let someone overpower you? How can you let someone just walk over you or say anything to you, and you're just being with that person? That's so wrong. Like when you know your worth, if I know my worth, and if someone is trying to step over me or say something to me, I will literally like tell that person that you cannot speak to me like that, because you have no right to. I have value, and I would literally walk away from that situation or that person. I don't care who that person is. I don't even care if that person is my family member, because I know who I am. Hypothetically speaking, like when you say such things to people, like, who do you think you are? People associate your value with the money you have, the job title you have, or if you're someone great, you have done something great in life, if you're a billionaire or whatever. But that's not true. You are a human being, and you are so hardworking and passionate, and you have done such great things. You have like passed through such difficult times in your life, the hard phases. Even that is a thing to stand for. When there were moments that literally broke you, and you were literally shattered, but you fixed your heart. You brought all that pieces back, and you're standing strong no matter what you faced in life. So that is your worth, and it is so important to realize that. People don't. I don't know why. People just think, okay, oh, she's so rich, yeah, now that person has this aura. You decide your aura. Like, that I am so beautiful, I am so brilliant, I am so smart, and that is the aura. Not just because I have crores of rupees, or I have this best job title, I'm the CEO of a company. Yes, all those things are important, and when you realize that you are such a worthy person of becoming a CEO, it's not that like after you become a CEO of a company, you get that aura or that word. Obviously, you get that power and money and situation, you get that aura and stuff. But before that, you are in the process of becoming a CEO. You have to empower that aura. Like, people should see you and tell, okay, there is something in this person. I can see this person will go far. And I have seen many people telling things about there is something in this person. And even when the person is nothing, okay, zero, and people see this person, there is something, and they try to put that person down. But when that person realizes his own worth, he knows he can conquer the world, he or she will. So basically, you need to know your power. You need to bring that power all into you if you want to succeed in life. And I have started realizing this now. Even I used to think like, what I have done in life, I have not done anything, and I used to compare myself with my like classmates, or like my college mates and my friends and everything. Like, they are doing so great in life, they have some. But I was like, comparing is not going to get me where I want to be in life. I need to work on myself. I need to realize my own worth, like what I should do to become the best version of myself. And that's when I started my self-love journey, and I got to learn so much about myself. And currently, like, I may not be the billionaire or anything, but I am happy, and I know I am worthy, and I can do great things. Like, I have the ability to conquer the world because I believe in myself. And it all starts with believing in yourself. So all I want to say is that before you either get into a relationship or you get associated with someone, don't like let them, you know, overpower you or put you down. See, respect is another thing, but even respecting someone is your choice. If that person is respecting you and you are respecting, it's a mutual thing. But respect is something which is earned. And if you're in a relationship, if you're not respected, then just leave. I know it's not as, you know, easier said and done, but it is so important to be respected. And when you will only understand if you're being disrespected when you know your worth, when you know your value. Okay, I am this kind of a person, and if someone is trying to put me down, I should realize that. And if you don't realize that, if you don't know anything about yourself, I put up a story today of like sitting with your own thoughts. Where do we find time to sit with our own thoughts, to think about, okay, I have to do this, or okay, I'm feeling like that. You know, sometimes when I journal and write down things, some prompts, I'm like, oh, I think about it. Okay, like this is something which I want to work on. This is not going right in my life. So that's when I learn about myself. So it's the same thing you guys can do to learn about yourself, because when you learn about yourself, that's how you'll grow. You can't just, you know, just see reels, okay, yeah, I get, you know, some motivation quote, yeah, I'll become this great person. No, you need to sit with your thoughts. You need to understand, okay, this thing is not going right, and how do I fix it to become the best version of myself. So yeah, I know this is quite a short video. I just had this thing in my mind and I wanted to share this with you guys. So I hope this video helped you. See you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.